For your first project for the color unit, you're going to pick an object that has a single color to it. I have some terracotta pots, and there's probably a suitcase or two lying around, just like in the examples later, that you can draw. Otherwise, you can find any object you want, as so long as it has like a single color to it or kind of appears monochromatic. That way you only have to contend with that single color and black and white, or any other colors you need to kind of shift that hue from light to dark, or from yellow to yellowish orange. You want to stay simple and you want to stay small. Notice this drawing's on a small sheet of paper, so that you just sort of get the handle of drawing with color, with dry media. I'm going to recommend pastels. You can use a conte crayon if you want. We have some other conte crayon sets that you can borrow if you want. You can also use, if you want, a sheet of pastel paper, which I believe we have a couple of sheets, so please ask for that if you want to use that. Pastel paper has a bit more texture to it, and sometimes the paper comes in different colors, so you can draw on a colored ground, which actually adds a lot to the drawing. This is mostly just practice. The main thing you need to learn how to do with this project is to not blend with your fingers. I know that's going to be tempting, but you want to blend with the stick or with a stump or tissue or something else that doesn't add oil to the chalk. The oil from your fingers and just the nature of how your fingers blend really dilutes and kills the color. So try to just blend with the pastels on their own, and stay away from blending stumps if you can. If you do need to blend, you can use blending stumps. Here's a process of drawing with color. Obviously this artist is very linear, so a lot of the edges are kept intact. They render their black and white first and then add or layer other colors into the black and white. This is a perfectly acceptable approach. I don't expect you to follow this approach though. Notice they are also drawing on a colored ground, which adds a kind of warmish gray undertone to it. That is, again, an option available to you. Here are the various methods. You can draw with the edge, the tip. You can use short choppy strokes or long broad ones. What I do want you to do is layer your color with the pastel. Now in the lower left hand example, they haven't quite blended with the pastel as well as they could. In the lower right example, it's blended, but they're using their fingers. I don't want you to use your fingers. It picks up the dust and it really adds a lot of oil to the blending, especially when you're working with pastels. So use a stump or use the actual pastels to blend it smooth. If you're not sure how to do this, please ask me and I'll show you how. Here's some student examples. This is of a terracotta pot, a nice, good, simple study to try. Again, we have black and white and red conte crayons if you wish to use a much finer, much denser pastel to practice color with. Some more student examples. This is of a suitcase. I believe I have a black suitcase, but you're more than welcome to try drawing if you want. Otherwise, there's plenty of other objects you could draw, like brown boxes or other single color objects. More examples of suitcases. Here's some examples of fruit. We do have some plastic fruit lying around. Notice the range of styles and applications. Consistent through all of these examples, though, is a full range of value. A sense of surface quality. Notice the pear looks kind of shiny and the banana not so much. So try to capture these as best you can when you're drawing with color. Also, make sure you blend as best you can and really experiment with the colors. This first project, again, is just an experiment. You'll get heavy into color with the later projects.